Hey y'all, the Lady Empath 1111 guys. Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to Queen of Kings Tarot, guys, where behind every king is his queen. That is us, the Divine Feminine. Of course, our kings are the Divine Masculine, y'all. Let's get into this channel message, y'all. This is an interesting story I have. This is definitely a story of the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. I see you, Divine Feminine. You're feeling kind of like you're just walking in a fog. Like I'm seeing someone walk down a hallway and you know where you're going, but it's like you can't see what's in front of you. It's almost like doing the same thing every day. I'm like just, get up, get dressed, take the kids to school, work, go home, do whatever, and then start your day again. It's like literally living in some type of fog. And a lot of this is because you felt like you wanted to gain some type of clarity in this situation between you and this certain divine masculine here. There was a lot of fear on your behalf, Divine Feminine, and also a lot of obligations. I do feel like in many ways you felt obligated to either stay the course or stick with this person. There's definitely a measure of guilt here that made you stay in this situation. And a lot of times it's just because you wanted to wait to get the clarity. I do feel like this is a message from Spirit where you will be gaining the clarity. What's taking place with your Divine Masculine at this time is a lot of childhood trauma. I'm getting the word capricious. I don't even know what that means, y'all. Let me look that up, y'all. Like I'm literally seeing the word capricious. What is the definition of capricious?
Here's the definition of capricious.
Okay, so the definition that is coming up, y'all, it says given to a sudden and unaccountable changes of mood or behavior. Wow. I feel like that's what your Divine Masculine has been displaying. It's like this unaccountable changes in their mood or their behavior. So this is someone, for example, who, when you could have met this person, they were open, they were loving, they were caring, they were gentle, they were even very kind with their words. But then as things began to unwind and take place, they developed this type of harshness. And the word that I'm seeing is capricious. Someone could be a Capricorn. But with this capricious energy, it's like you were trying to figure out, why was this person given to these sudden or unaccountable changes in their mood? And when I say unaccountable, even you, Divine Feminine, did not understand where it was coming from, right? Like this is someone you could have a conversation and their response to you would be what you would consider to be unwarranted. And it's not that the response was wrong. It definitely could have been the way the response was delivered. But what I'm seeing here is capricious. And I feel like this is a twofold energy here, right? Because for some of you, if your person has children, I definitely see a situation here with either children or family or a child's mother. But I also see that immaturity is also a factor, and I say that goes twofold because I do feel like any ties from your person's childhood had not been broken when you met this person. They were still feeling trapped. This is someone who felt like their hands were tied, but I do feel like when they came forward towards you, you didn't see that version of themselves, is what I'm hearing. Like that's not something that you were able to see. Now, mind you, this is someone who knew that they were trapped. You didn't know that. But you also have to think that this person, while it may have seemed to called you in the 3D, it was truly their higher self. Because this is definitely someone who was healing or needing to release heartbreak. And this is someone who was not able to talk about those aspects of their life. And this is oftentimes why you felt alone in the situation, where you felt like you were in some type of fog, yet you stayed out of fear, obligation, or guilt. Even though you knew this wasn't moving forward, things were moving very slow, if at all, right? But there's something that's changing, that's taking place. because your person is determined. Now, this is someone who is very tired. This has been a long journey. They are definitely feeling very exhausted. But what I'm seeing here is someone who is understanding the need to just say goodbye. See, a lot has been unclear. And what this person is now beginning to understand, that if you're in the middle of this uncertainty, then there are a lot of times where the path may seem to just be stuck or frozen. The hardest choice is leaving for clarity. There's a situation that your person is leaving at this time, collective 1144 I am seeing. And this person isn't leaving this situation for you or even because of you. This person is leaving this situation because they need to gain some type of clarity. This is an icy goodbye. So this is definitely not something that is easy for this divine masculine. I'm seeing someone who's very cold-hearted. But it's definitely a situation that your person knows needed to be laid to rest. See, there's been this lingering energy that has disrupted the union between you and this divine masculine. And what your person wants more than anything is to make peace together with you. So what your spirit guides need you to know most at this time, divine feminine, that the fog that you feel like you're in is a fog that will bind you. See, when the paths are unclear and spirits froze, sometimes leaving brings light. A lot of times you have to leave the fog, or you have to leave the situation that is causing you to be in this fog, because all of the fog is, y'all, is just uncertainty. And when you're walking in the energy of uncertainty, you don't understand what to do. And then you begin to make decisions that are not conducive to where it is that you're trying to go at this time. There is a playful innocence that's being restored to your divine masculine at this time. This is someone who's had to live a hard life, period. And this is someone who's had to truly grow up and be more responsible than any child would ever have to be. So this is someone whose innocence was stolen a very long time ago. But I have to ask you, divine feminine, if you think back over your life and the things that you have been through, there are times where you know that your innocence was stolen as well. And whether that's just having to grow up too early, or having to provide or be sufficient for yourself, that is all stolen innocence. What I'm seeing that's taking place in this union at this time is a restoration of playful innocence. It's time to embrace a childish spirit where baby steps lead to joy, not seriousness. See, the issue becomes, divine feminine, when things begin to happen, right? Everything gets so serious. But light attracts light, right? So you have to remember, if you think back when you and this person first encountered each other, it was a time where the energy was light around you, right? Which allowed you to be magnetized in, or allowed you to magnetize in your person, because the energy was light. But as things begin to take place between you and this person, and the energy begins to get heavy, then the separation begins to take place. And that's what we have to understand. Someone, your spirit guides, just need you to restore the innocence of what has taken place. You can trust what's taking place. This is about taking baby steps to build a rapport, believing in mutual respect, and respond with understanding to each other. Because what we are called, divine feminine, is to understand the spiritual nature of an awakening that's taking place within your divine masculine. And this is a hard mountain to climb. Someone could like to go hiking together. Someone could climb or like to be a climber. But I'm seeing a divine masculine who's climbing. And it's difficult. So a lot of times you, divine feminine, may feel like you're out in the cold. You may feel isolated. You may feel this icy disposition from your person, but you have to trust in the ties that bind the two of you guys together. And that's you needing to build a rapport, to believe in the mutual respect and respond with understanding, not judgment, not condemnation, but understanding, because this is a divine masculine who is facing an upward climb, many issues to deal with, having difficult conversations. See, this is a masculine who's now beginning to have conversations because they understand that this is a crossroad. This is fate's crossroad. This is someone who is stuck between a 3D reality and a 5D destiny. And in the weave of chances and choices, your person has to find the path to lasting legacies. And that's what your person is now beginning to understand. See, this is a divine masculine who's not looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. This is someone who's looking to sustain a lasting legacy. So this is not simply a crossroads of a relationship. I just saw 1111 on the timer. This is not someone who's at a crossroads of a relationship, but they are at fate's crossroad, because fate is tied to their destiny. And this is someone who is trying to push and find a path to a lasting legacy. And this path is not one that you can walk with this divine masculine. See, this is a lone path, because this is a path to the divine masculine, the one who knows how to rule their heart, their head, their stability, the alignment of the 7 chakra system. So this is not a path that you, divine feminine, can take. This is one that this divine masculine has to take alone. This is someone who needs to take the time out to be on their own for a while, because it's from this place of solitude that they can understand what is achievable. This is allowing your person to gain insight, to embrace practical steps towards clarity, bringing their goals, which are your goals, which are shared goals, within reach. So what your spirit guides need you to know most at this time is that what you are experiencing may resemble a past situation, but what you are doing is reassembling the ruins. This is shattered pieces that you are gathering the strength to rebuild what was once broken. This is shards of love that you have given out from past trauma, and you're beginning to understand that you had to leave all of that behind. The scars take time to heal yourself. So while your divine masculine is on this lone path, because it's not alone, right? Lone, L-O-N-E, is very different from being alone. You and your divine masculine are not separate. Separate is a consciousness, because you share a soul essence. So the separation is only in your mind, because the physical reality is that you can never be separate from your divine counterpart. And when you understand that this is a lone path and that your divine masculine is not alone, you will begin to reassemble the ruins of your own brokenness in order to bring this union together. This will liberate you, divine feminine. And this is a part of your destiny. With release comes freedom, steering faith towards an unwritten future. Period. Love and light as always. The Lady Empath, 1111.